Hey guys, what's up? Got another big weekend coming up. We got more racing at the NHRDA Canadian Diesel Shootout. So we got some work to do. Gonna do some prep on this thing and try and get that trans cooler installed. The truck's all dirty from driving in the rain, but let's take a look at what we've got here. So this is from BD Biesel, and it is their single pass trans cooler. So let's take a look at what we've got. Hoses, hardware, wiring harness, and the cooler itself. So we got all the parts laid out here, and I think the first thing to do will be jack the truck up and try and figure out where we're gonna mount this thing. So a lot of guys on their race truck builds will mount the trans coolers in the bed because there's lots of room, and when you're racing there's not a lot of need for a bed. But I'm still not sure if I'm ready to go full race truck yet, because it is my daily driver, my only vehicle, and you know, I don't haul a lot with it, but occasionally I do need to throw a bunch of stuff in the bed. So I think I'm gonna start looking for some spots on the frame rail, see what we can come up with down there, and if we can find something good down there, that's probably the way I'll go. I just had another package show up from Summit, so let's take a look at what it is. So what I got here, as you can see, is a helmet and a fire jacket. So this is the Simpson Street Bandit and the G-Force GF125 jacket. They're both pretty good budget options. And I also got a purple shield because of course I did. But overall, I think it was 430 bucks USD, so good budget option, and that's, you know, all I really need at this point. I'm stoked that they showed up, because when I was placing the order with Summit, I originally had a different fire jacket, and then when I was checking out, it said, "Oh no, its jacket's out of stock. You won't get it in time for the races." So I I quickly canceled that order and placed a new order with with this fire jacket that was in stock. But then it said the helmet was out of stock, and I was, oh no. So I was emailing back and forth with their helpline people there, and I said, I hope that it's just saying it's out of stock, because the one that was in stock was in my other order that I canceled, and they said they weren't really sure, but it's here now, just in time the races this weekend, so that is exciting. And yeah, so I guess we'll get back to the install, but just wanted to show you guys that. So I'm having a bit of a tough time deciding where I want to mount this. So I went and looked underneath the truck, and probably one of the best spots I can come up with is kind of right underneath where the spare tire used to mount. So what I think I'm going to do next is assemble all the fittings on here so I can see exactly how big it's going to be, and then we'll go and see if we've got enough hose and if these included brackets will work. So we'll give that a shot, see how it goes. So after a lot of thinking and crawling around under the truck, I've decided, I think for now at least, that I'm going to go the race truck route and mount it in the bed. So it is going to take up a bit of bed space, but my plan for that is maybe have it easily removable, so that if I'm not racing and actually using it as a truck, I can take it out, maybe put some quick disconnect lines or something, I don't know. But for now, that is, I think, my best option, because I need to get this installed soon, because tomorrow I'm leaving to go racing again. It always seems that I'm in such a rush to get all my parts in, which is kind of frustrating, because I would prefer to really take my time and, you know, do everything properly. Not that I'm doing a halfway job, but just, you know, if I could have time to fabricate my own mounting brackets and stuff, I could be a little more creative with the mounting solution. But yeah, so these are the L brackets included with BD's kit. Obviously, I haven't cut them down to length yet. It's just kind of mocked up. So the idea here, there's a fair bit of room between the bed and enough room underneath to allow air circulation. And the biggest thing with trans coolers and stuff, you see them all the time installed right up next to the bed wall, and you just can't get any airflow that way, so they're really not doing a lot. And just even in the bed in general, up towards the front, there's not as much airflow over them as maybe you'd think or as you'd hope, because of the kind of creates a boundary layer inside there where the air is mostly stagnant and not flowing through the trans cooler as you would hope. And same thing with mounting them underneath the truck. If you mount them flat like that, the only airflow you're getting through there is from the fan, which may be sufficient, but it's not ideal. So most ideal mounting location would be straight up and down, somewhere with direct airflow through it, but that's tough to find a spot like that. So it is what it is for now, and I'm sure it'll still be a big increase over the factory cooler. But at this point, it's go time to get it installed, hooked up, and get on the road, go racing. Now the next thing will be to start routing this transmission line to the transmission. I'm going to use this hole that's already here. It's from a fifth wheel trailer wiring, but don't need that anymore. So I went and picked up some hose, another $100 for 16 feet, but whatever it takes to get on the road. Picked it up from Napa, so let's plumb this, hook it up, fill it up, and get going. I'm also going to run this electrical cable while I'm at it. So gotta mount the relay somewhere, and then goes to positive, and the yellow goes to a switched ignition source somewhere. Anyways, I figured it's easiest to do this now and get all the lines routed, and then I can zip tie and tighten up everything, tidy it up all at once. So to fish this cable through, I couldn't reach through the hole, so what I ended up doing was getting some little wire, taping it to the end and dropping that through, then pulling it back up. That seemed to work, so now just gotta plug these in and hook everything up, and we're making good progress. So now we're gonna take our pipe cutter. You need 3 inches at least on the straight section, and then put it on. So, sorry I kind of stopped filming there. I was just getting down to crunch time, and I just had to go through, button it all up, because I need to leave like right now. I'm already 3 hours later than I was expecting to get to Edmonton tonight. It's like a 5-hour drive to be at the races for 7 a.m. tomorrow. So tomorrow is the NHRDA Canadian Diesel Shootout, and that's why I wanted it in there for racing, right? So jamming it out, and yeah, 5-hour drive, sleep a little bit in the hotel, and then race all day. Hopefully it all holds together. Haven't spotted any major leakage yet, but yeah, so there's the mounted cooler, and then the other lines are just all hooked up down on the passenger side of the transmission. Went for a test drive, seemed to go well, but I guess we'll find out on this 5-hour road trip right off the bat. So sorry didn't get to show you guys all the detail finishing that up, but hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'll bring more content from racing, so hope you enjoy that, and see you in the next one. What's up, guys? It's 2:40 a.m. and I made it to the hotel for the diesel drags. I'm going to get my stuff and get like 3-4 hours of sleep, and then we're going racing.